Okay, hey y'all. I had to get my charger. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I'm live. You're probably like, what is going on? Okay, let me make sure this is public. And let me get my caption right. How is everyone doing? I hope that you are doing fine. I am on here excited because I am going to be reviewing this new book that I just purchased called Stop Begging God for Money. And I'm gonna tag her and she can watch the replay, or let me make sure it's public. And we're gonna get started. I'm not gonna be on here for long. Let me make sure I'm not muted. I'm not muted. All right. Okay. I think we're good. All right, so I wanted to review this new book that I just purchased called Stop Begging God for Money. I chuckle at this because I grew up in the church where they never talked about money. They never talked about money. I'm always like, why? I mean, now they do, but when I was growing up, they didn't really, the church space didn't really talk about money outside of you giving the establishment or organization money for God to multiply. That was literally what I personally heard when I was younger and even into adulthood, which made me always roll my eyes because I'm like, okay, what about my personal endeavors? Like, I've always been entrepreneurial. So I always wondered, like, okay, how do I get to from A to B? And this book does an extremely, first of all, bravo to Dr. Lexi. To give a background, Dr. Lexi, I met through my wonderful, I almost call her like a spiritual mom because she's like a mom, like whatever. When Erica speaks, I just don't. I'm like, I take everything Erica says seriously. So, Erica Etienne, I met Dr. Lexi through, and it was a retreat. And I mean, Dr. Lexi is a powerful teacher of the word. She's a powerful woman with a powerful story. And I met her through that. So then push forward, this was 2021, I think. Now, moving forward, I ended up going to a wonderful missionary trip to Africa with Erica Etienne again, and Dr. Lexi was our trainer. And she trained us before we went over there to do the necessary work that we were doing. And it was amazing. It was about, I mean, it was everything we needed to fulfill that trip. And so she trained us in that. I'm just giving you a backstory. And then again, we have just continuously seen each other in the spaces of doing the Lord's work. So I when I saw she put this book out, I was extremely excited because I actually love talking about money. I love watching money. I watch Bloomberg Business. I watch a lot of money shows to know what's going on in the world, not just, the United States, but the world. And as an entrepreneur, you have to know money. And what the church space did not teach me is, and it's not to bash the church space, but I really honestly didn't think they knew what to do with entrepreneurs when I was growing up. And again, even into adulthood, it's not really a language for how to manage your money or how to steward it. It's really just to steward it enough to bring into the church. That's what I learned. So I equated learning about funds to like giving it all to the church. Sometimes it was in an abusive manner, but I'm just giving you a real raw backstory of how I had to maneuver and how this book can really help you maneuver your funds even after catastrophic type of experiences, because I know I've had nothing, I've had a lot, I've had where my stuff was like car was going to be repossessed and everything, and this was only at like 20 or 19, but I'm now 35, thank God. I'm learning, but I wanted to really shout this book out. Again, it's called Stop Begging God for Money. Let me show you the cover because I didn't buy the paperback. I'm a millennial digital girly. I don't know if I can show y'all long enough. Let me see if I can show the cover really quick. Okay, that's the cover. And I'll put the cover and the picture in the comment section so y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me do that right now. So y'all can go get y'all's own. But I read it. It's only 80 pages. Everybody has a short attention span now, so you really should be able to finish this book within like 2 days max. Really. It's a smooth read. It's written phenomenally. I'm not saying that because I know her. I'm saying this because sometimes I've bought people's books and there's like no rhythm, there's no substance. It's kind of like the person did it because they wanted to have that title. She definitely did not write this because she wanted to boast about knowing about finances, because in the beginning, the story starts out and you're like, what? Like you see this woman, you would never know that half of that stuff happened. So I'm not going to give the book away, but I want to put I don't know if I'm able to put the picture while I'm on. But anyways, all right. I can't really honestly say that one chapter was my favorite. All of them were my favorite, but I really loved the estate planning, leaving a kingdom legacy, because something personally attached to me is going on with that type of thing. So I'm telling y'all really need to take that serious with the estate planning, and leaving a legacy behind, because if you don't do it right, it's going to jack it up for the rest of the generations after you. So you don't want to be responsible for that. You don't want to disrupt that in a negative manner. So I really like the estate planning. I really liked it in the beginning. Like it just started off with a bang, and then it's like you wanted to know more. There's 9 chapters, and then there's a conclusion, radical stewardship, and the call to action. She's given us resources. There's testimonials, because Dr. Lexi actually does this as her, like, she has a company. Let me shout that out. Um and I just had this stuff sitting in front of me. Bear with me because I really love the book. But I want to make sure I shout out her company in case you want to go further after you read this book, because it's really going to teach you the foundation of why funds are important, why as a believer you shouldn't be broke, and you shouldn't really just be wandering around. Like I knew a lot of like adults like that when I was younger, where they didn't know, like you go to them about money, they was like, you just need to give to the pastor. Like that's what they literally would say in my experience. And I would be like, there's gotta be more. And my parents, thank God they weren't that far or extreme to where we didn't learn on our own. But being in those type of environments that still can wash out what your parents say because you want to do what everyone else is doing. And you're kind of groomed sometimes in a sense where um, stuff can fall on deaf ears. When you challenge, the narrative, people can look at you like you're crazy. So it's called Money Mastery for Her Enterprises. So she has a company and she does this, like she counsels people with money and everything. And you're going to know why when you read this book. Um, the other chapters that I liked, because I'm gonna put this on my YouTube as well. I liked again the beginning. I'm trying not to give it away. I'm trying not to give it away. But there's number one, the chapter number one is transform your thinking about money. And I love how she gave us like little like prompts to do. Like you can't just read this book and not do work because she's gonna make you like critically think. That's something that's going away. But she's gonna make you critically think about where you're at, what state are you in, as far as mindset. And it just was a great book. I mean, I want a part two. And then number two, the chapter two is financial healing and repentance. And she like walks you through a whole, like you're gonna be sometimes you might be sobbing. I don't know, you might cry. Because sometimes, we really are down on ourselves about not knowing how to steward our money, and we're embarrassed sometimes and we're silent sometimes about that. This is not everybody, but there's a lot going on right now. And I wanted to hop on after I paid my student loan payment because it reminded me to hop on here and because I'm being a good steward. But there's a lot going on with the student loans. There's people going in default. It's a serious matter. It's nothing to laugh at. It's really bad for some people right now. Not everybody, but it's a lot that are going through the woes of the changes that's happening. So I think this book prophetically came out in God's timing. Like this was the perfect time for it to come out because how coincidental that all this stuff took place, and then it's like this book came and it was like in the midst of it. And I think people my age, like I'm 35, people think that's old. Some people think that's still young. I think it's still young. You really should get this book, even if you're a Gen Z, a teenager. Like it's that compatible. Like you could really understand what she was saying. If you know someone going to college, get them this book because there's not a lot of books out here that talk about kingdom mindset, like money mindset. There's money mindset books, but kingdom has to operate totally different. And I won't get on a teaching about that. But once you read this book, you're going to be like a couple bubbles are going to pop. And you're going to be like, why did I not know this sooner? And why am I struggling when all I have to do is seek the kingdom first? So that happened. A lot of bubbles popped, and I'm going into this, y'all, like understanding. I'm starting to learn like money is a language. Again, I'm an entrepreneur, so I kind of have to pay attention to that. And there was still stuff that I did not know or wasn't it didn't register, and I still learned about things that I could add to my mental catalog, my physical like notes. Um, And it's a good read. You can actually read it more than once and be okay, and it's not overbearing. And I do feel like when people talk about money a lot in the church space, it's a lot of fear. It's like, okay, yes, I know I'm supposed to give, but what else do I do? Or like I said, a lot of people sometimes are behind on a lot of their bills. They have a lot of debt and they're afraid to share that in these spaces. And even if you don't go to church, some people are scared to even learn about what all this means. And the sun just left, but I'm just really happy and excited for Dr. Lexi. She deserves all of the success. Let me make sure I'm not getting off yet, but another chapter 3 is get organized, to um bring order to your finances, stewarding cash flow, budget within your allocations, producing income, because that's a stigma too. Like sometimes in the church world, people despise you making your own money outside of the 9 to 5. And I love how she explained that because it's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5, but that's not, it doesn't give you grounds to think that you're okay. Like we're seeing this now. That's the crazy part. Like the book is like aligned with the time because there's a lot of people that have gotten let go of their 9 to 5, which was like their world. They had everything set up around, like what I visualize is like you having the house set up around the foundation of this like the foundation is the salary. And then once that's like ripped from under you, the house stands no more. And we're seeing this a lot right now. So this book, before, if there's nothing going on in your life, that's fine, but still read the book, get the book, and so you know how to maneuver if something does happen. um and you want to know the steps, like how can I do, the estate planning, how can I leave a legacy if I'm broke right now, I don't feel like I can leave a legacy. Like I'm being real. Sometimes people just deny that part of planning because they feel like they don't have nothing to give. And like I said, a personal example in my life has opened my eyes to how people can become wicked when it comes to money and estate planning and having, inheritances. I mean, it's a lot. So this book will help, but it definitely is power packed. Again, it's only 80 pages. It's almost like you're sitting with her getting a consultation, and then you can choose to take the leap to go into further depth of what you need to do personally with her. So I told her that I was gonna definitely let her know. She didn't know that I was going live probably, and I'm not looking at. Let me check and see if she sees. Okay, yes, you're welcome. So hopefully everyone sees this and gets their act together with their finances, and learns how to do it the kingdom way. And again, this is an amazing book. And I feel like you should definitely tell others if you want to purchase one as a gift for someone. I would definitely do that. Like I said, purchase it for like someone, a teenager about to go to college, or maybe a teenager has stepped into getting their own job in high school. I would definitely get them this book before they start thinking like their check is theirs. And, we don't want to repeat patterns over here or cycles. And I'm currently been, by the grace of God, breaking a lot of the cycles that my parents, my grandparents, like, and then for real, my granddad, like, died a very wealthy man, but I didn't know. I didn't know to the extent of what he had. I didn't have questions for him when he was alive. So he went to his grave without me being able to even ask the person that knew about money anything. And I'm so grateful that God uses people like Dr. Lexi to share what we need to do and replace. Like it's almost like a replacement. Like God will always give you greater. And I might have still asked him questions and still not have heard what she put in this book. You never know how it's gonna come, and that's how I'm learning, like, you never know who you'll learn from, how it's gonna come, so definitely go get this book, and follow her. She is on Facebook. I tagged her author page, and if you wanna follow her personal page, she does have a group that I'm in, a free group. I think it's free, I don't know, but, it's a group on Facebook. She gets on live. She talks about this. She's a real person. So she teaches the word as well. So if you need a good teaching, definitely go to her page. You can see all of the lives. And I appreciate her writing this book. Like I said, it was very well written. It was very straight to the point. I loved it. I loved everything that was put in it. It was like nothing left out. So I know this was godly ordained for her to do. So thank you, Dr. Lexi. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day. The links are in the description. You could buy it on Amazon or her personal website. I would encourage you to buy it on her personal website if you like books. She also has an option for you to sign personally the book. So do that before she gets rid of that. And I hope you all have a good rest of your day. Talk to you later. Bye. Oh, follow me on YouTube at Kristen Nicole Man. This will also be on there. Okay. Have a good day. Bye.